introduce yourselves and tell me how long they've been detecting.
Hi, my name is Tom Cornelius. I live in Brookfield, and I'm pushing my 4th year detecting.
I'm Jim Martin. I'm Vice President of this club here, and I've been detecting since 1990, and I live in Brookfield, Ohio.
I'm Mike Borosco. I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. I've been detecting about 13 years, and I am currently the president of Tri-County Metal Detecting.
I'm Mike Marsh. I've been detecting for the last 5 years. I had one for about 25 or 30 years that I used to find the baseball pegs on a ball on, and that's about all I ever used to look for. So. But Jesse sucked me in about 5 years ago into the hobby, and I enjoy it.
I retired as the president here this year. I have over 30 years of detecting. I know a little bit about the hobby. First thing I'd like to do is take one of these metal detectors and explain how they work. All of you already know that, right? In this box here, this control box, as in all the rest of them, is a computer. It sends a radio signal down here to the coil. There are 2 coils in here, an outer coil and inner coil. It sends a radio wave into the ground. When it hits something metallic, it bounces back up to this inner coil, sends the signal back to the computer, and it analyzes, gives you an idea of what's in the ground.
A mine lab that's called 3030. It's a computerized screen. As you can tell, it covers a lot of ground when you're moving it. In this particular machine, the computerization of it is pretty advanced. It does everything from GPS tracking. If you're out in the middle of the field and you want to find out where you went, you can hit a screen. It'll show you where you just traveled. It will actually start graphing some rough images of what is in the ground and gives you a better idea. We call it the decision. The decision is, do you want to dig or not to dig? The machines, the operator is number one. Jess is probably a master at this, of knowing what his machine is telling you. And the machine will give you a pretty good idea of what is it you're going to dig before you actually open the ground. You open it up, you pull it out.
It's not going to tell you it's a 1998 nickel. It's going to tell you it's a nickel or possibly a ring.
Interestingly enough, a nickel, a gold ring, and a pull tab from an aluminum can is virtually impossible to tell the difference between. So if you're going through a park and you're digging, people will get discouraged with the hobby sometimes because they pull tabs. If you're not going to pull tabs, you're not going to find what Jesse has in all these glass gold rings you see up here, because they ring the same.
I want to point something out. You see how this coil is different? Again, it's 2 coils. One over here and one here. Where that hole was on the first one, where you find the target. In this case, where this line is where the target is. So if this is the coin, you go across this way till it's loudest, and then you turn 90 degrees and go this way. You'll know right where it's at.
Yeah, I'll show them what it sounds like.
Go ahead. Good.
Go play a turret.
Yeah, that works.
And on my screen,
different sounds. The last one's a gold ring.
so when someone's coming along and you have the earphones on, that's what we're hearing. The ability to hear those sounds and pick out which ones are the good targets is, I think it only comes with experience and the amount of time you spend.
There are some machines that give you a better head start. Mike, you want to fire yours up?
His will do 10 foot underwater too, so that's an advantage if you can swim.
Yeah.
Now these are all different brands. This particular one is a Garrett, And it has a couple of sounds. You hear that? Hear that bell sound? Keep up here, Mike. Hear it now? Sounds like a bell ringing. That's this particular model. What that does is tell you that. See that? No bell. This is brass. This was silver. Which target
It's
you
called a
want?
pinpointer. And once you dig a hole, sometimes it's hard to find the stuff in the hole.
It's in the mud.
The coins are old, they blend in with the dirt, sometimes you're in mud. But once you find a target in a hole, see, I have new these, so that I can find them every time. I know where they're at. But it just gives you an advantage to quicker search the area, you know, because sometimes when you dig a little plug, you flip it out, you don't know whether the coin is actually in the plug or still in the hole.
This one, very lightweight. Sally, you want to hold this one? Right here.
Oh, yeah, it's light enough.
Right. That machine does the same thing as the one he had over here that made the bell sound. This machine is about $200. That machine, 25? 2,500.
I made a video, put it on YouTube, and also we have it on Facebook at our page there. People in the wintertime get antsy and they get a new machine, maybe for Christmas or something. And I made a video, and it consists of buying a bunch of paint sticks and hot gluing coins, different coins on these glue sticks, and then waving them in front of them so you know how your machine makes, you know, all these things that have different tones to them. So it gets you used to the tone that you want to be aware of, you know. And the bad tones are usually a negative. Like you use I've made several with bottle caps and pull tabs and some foils on it, because when you're metal detecting, you go to a schoolyard. Let me tell you, there's plenty of bottle caps, and pull tabs, and foil. So once you train your ears to understand what each one of those tones mean, it makes you more successful in digging good targets versus thin targets. So it was a winter project that were so many new people coming to our club, and they were anxious to start, but they had no clue of what to expect when they run across a nickel or dime or quarter. And this video shows you how to get acclimated with familiarizing yourself with tones. And a lot of our meters give you numbers instead of, a lot of them give you target IDs that will tell you it's a nickel, a dime, or a quarter. Like my E-track there, it gives you numbers, and you got to learn the numbers. It is your conductive and ferrous numbers that tells you how conductive it is, and it's a little complicated, but once you get used to it, then you know you don't dig junk anymore. You dig good targets.
These are some of the gold rings that I found. Gold diamond rings. This one right here, and you're all welcome to come up and look at it later. This one right here is platinum. It has a flawless diamond and 2 sapphires. It appraised at $5,500. You want to see one of the world's tiniest rings? Gold rings? That's exactly like that. Yeah, in the Victorian era, they used to do this. They used to get these rings. This one, at one time, had turquoise in it. What do we do with the stuff? Most of us don't sell it. Most of us keep them for displays. Most of us are very, very interested in the history of the area where we're hunting. And we keep those items. I was fortunate enough to go to a paid hunt in Virginia several years ago, where it was a Confederate campsite. and I found a Confederate soldier's knife. Can you imagine the thrill? When I first started digging it, I saw not much of it. My first thought was a sword. I dug a pit. But this thing was in the ground like this. So where this was only a couple inches down, this end was a foot down. You never know what you're going to dig. I knew it was a piece of iron, steel, but didn't know what I was going to get. I got a call from the Columbiana County Fairground board member. And he asked me if we metal detect. Why we got the website and stuff. He said, well, we're tearing down this 154-year-old grandstand. We would like for you to come down and recover whatever you can from underneath in the dirt before we get it completely torn down. Would we be willing to do that? Absolutely. How much will you charge us? Nothing. Okay, I'll get back to you. Well, he called me back. He said, can you be here December 8th? Does anybody know what I was doing December 8th? It was blowing and cold, and that's when they decided to tear it down. We did find quite a few old coins and bottles, old advertising signs and stuff. They're supposed to be building in their new building a section just to show the stuff that we found.
Are there any questions you guys have?
What's the neatest thing you ever found?
It varies because it's always changing. This past year, one of the neatest things I found was a Chinese coin. It was about 8 inches deep. It was in Mill Creek Park. And how does a coin from 1644 to 1661 end up in Mill Creek Park? My guess is that someone who was working on the railroads camped in a wooded area that once was there, dropped it. I found a coin from Ghana in a park in Camden. You never know what you're going to find, and that's part of the attraction to the hobby. Is it's always something different. One of the best ways that I learned how to use my machine is when you watch the video that comes with them. It says, run your machine wide open, hunt with it for 100 hours, and dig every signal you get. And it helps you, like these guys are saying, train your ears to what the sounds are, what's garbage, what's not. And a lot of times where I thought I was digging garbage, I was pulling gold. Because it is so closely related to the foil and aluminum family that it almost mimics perfectly. So, as to what's your best find, it all varies. My best find so far this year, I went out this past week and I found a little kid's ring. And it says on it, Junior Fire Marshal. And I had to chisel it out of the frozen earth because I didn't think it was that frozen still, but
He'd probably tell you where he dug in every one of those items within 4 or 5 foot. I mean, you know, if you ask him where he found that,
he was talking little kids' rings. My backyard. Another little kid's ring. My backyard. The best place to start metal detecting is your own backyard, your front yard. I have a spot in my front yard. I've been digging wee pennies out of for the last 3 years. I don't know where they came from, why they're there. They're dead center in the middle of the front yard. And they're deep.
we have a young boy in our club that's, he's what, 12 now or 13? But anyways, he found a 23-foot pipe in his yard. He dug it out.
here, we have 110, roughly 110 members, active members, going out and hunting all the time. Our club's been in existence for, this is our 21st year. We have both male and female members, and we have junior members as young as 5 years old. The age goes up to where they won't tell you what your age is, right?
They won't tell you, they can't remember.
What do we do with the trash? Any hole that we get, we find something in that hole, it goes home with us. When we hunt schools and beaches, places like this, we find glass, broken glass, nails, screws, that kind of stuff. That also goes out with us. Most of us wear something like this. We have one side that we put good finds in, and one side that we don't. This side usually.
It gets wore out a lot faster than it
This is an old Marshall's badge. The kids used to wear them on your cowboy outfit. Not much. Pretty well ate away. But there's a story behind it. The kid who owned that got his cowboy outfit in Indiana when he was 4 years old on Christmas morning. He came to Ohio. He wore that outfit all the time. The vest, fringes, boots, and the whole bit. He came to Ohio and visited his grandmother and lost that. Many, many years later, I found it. In fact, that's probably the first item I ever found with a metal detector. The reason I know about the story is that little boy was me. That was my grandmother's house.